Cheers, ladies.
Cheers.
Cheers.
You know, if you don't look people in the eye when you cheer, you'll have bad sex the rest of your life.
Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers. And I think that's like an old wives' tale. Speaking of old wives, I'm one, and I know you guys aren't. What is the divorce rate? We were talking about this. The divorce rate.
The divorce rate is declining right now. For millennials and people over 50, it has more than doubled since 1990 for people over 50.
Right. I had heard that. Is it like 50% over 50?
I think, is it more?
Oh, definitely more, and it's climbing.
Okay.
Makes me sort of wonder what it's like to sort of be out there again, you know. I haven't dated in a really long time, at least that my husband knows of. No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. And now I'm divorced. No, that just ended that marriage. So no, I have literally not been out, you know, the dating for a long time, and it was really different. You know, there was no online social media. What's it like now?
Well, I think the good thing about dating is like Match.com and Bumble, and there are resources to meet people, because now we're not hanging out in bars and, well, maybe, but
right.
Do you do that? Hang out in bars?
No.
I do.
Online dating? Online dating?
You know what? My girlfriend, right when I was divorced, she wanted Bumble. She wanted it, so she put it on my phone, and so we're scrolling through, and
her profile or yours?
Well, my profile.
Okay.
Yeah, we put it on my phone, and which I just scrolled through. I did message somebody one time, but then it freaked me out because they answered, but yeah, I'm such a coward. But Bumble is good because they can't contact you, even if you swipe left or right, whichever way, and then you have to say something first. So, but Match, I did go on Match recently, and that was a whole different.
So did you go on dates?
I went on 2.
And how was it?
2 different. Well, I realized Wilmington is a very small town. Well, yeah, the guy was from out of town, so that was fine. He came into town, he's in Raleigh, so he's safe, because I'm not going to run into him. But the other guy, I went on 2 dates with him. He wanted to be exclusive, and it's like, I haven't even kissed you. So I know.
Oh, Christy, that's sweet. You're like, that's not sweet. But no, it's complimentary, but it wasn't for you. Well, it's interesting because you and I live in a small town. We live here in Wilmington, and Debbie lives in San Francisco. So you can have anonymity. You can kind of,
I had a girlfriend come over after I got divorced. I had actually 2 friends. One lost her husband, the other one got divorced, and they're like, you need to be dating. I'm like, I'm not ready to date. And they're like, you need to be dating. And so, like, after 6 months, my neighbor came over and she set up my profile for me online after a bottle of champagne. And I was like, oh my gosh, what are you saying? What are you doing? So I had this profile, and I went on the League. And so the League,
what's that?
The League, you have to be college, you have to have graduate college, and then you have to go through a screening process, so it takes a while. So I was like, oh, this might be a little safer. So I did, and I met a bunch of people, but here is so I did it for about 5 months, and I came up with a rule, and they had to meet me at one location. I picked it. It was a very safe location in San Francisco where I knew everybody. And I said, it's 45 minutes max. 1 glass of wine, that's it. And I said, even if we really like each other, then it's up to both of us to come back and say we want to go on a second date. But otherwise, it gives us both an easy out, no pressure, super polite, and we know max 45 minutes.
That's smart.
And some people liked it, and some people are like, so do you really think that you can tell? That's not enough time to get to know me. And I was like, oh.
Are you kidding? 45 minutes? I like 45 seconds.
They have to grow on me.
Oh,
there's not a.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I
have to get used to them.
Online dating, because you have to state your age, I think that eliminates tons of people that if they met you, it wouldn't eliminate.
Are you honest about your age online?
I am, totally.
Oh, I was, definitely. But the thing is, I'm very active, and I want to have fun and go hiking and rafting and do all the things that I like to do, but I feel like somebody that's my age, they're not necessarily into that. So I went down like 7 years. But I'd rather somebody my age. I really don't want somebody a lot younger. But what was attracted to me were guys 10 years older. So.
Okay. So
even though I had my age parameter,
ageism in dating, I didn't even think about that. So you put your age, and hopefully most people are honest, and you put the age range of the person, like of somebody that you would be interested in. So you kind of do, let's say, like the 45 to 55, or whatever it is, or and so I wonder, and so I bet, do men look for people their age, or
no?
Everybody wants a little bit younger.
They look for way younger.
Yeah.
And so the pool is kind of different. So a lot of the guys who, if you probably actually met in
I
person,
didn't include 80-year-olds in my profile.
You did?
I didn't.
didn't.
I'm like, well, I would get 80-year-olds, even though I was very specific on what I wanted. But it's like, really? How'd you get in there?
I don't think, so I'm completely off online and would never go back. I thought it was exhausting, a waste of time, and exhausting.
When you travel a lot for work and for life, so you meet people sort of, everywhere through but it's mostly through friends, right?
Yeah, or in line.
Or in line.
Online.
Grocery store. No,
Well, that's where I met my husband.
The grocery store.
That's where I met my husband.
Oh, I was at your Whole Foods today, and the cutest man came up to me.
Oh my God! What? You picked up a guy here?
Yeah, but I think he was 35.
And?
I
know, right?
He was cute. Yeah.
Wait, did you give him your number?
No.
Okay, what do you mean Noah? I said Noah.
No, I'm going home tomorrow.
That hasn't stopped you before. We've been traveling together. Yeah, Debbie's like, cheers. Yeah. Wait, look me in the eye. Okay, yeah. Okay, so we kind of talked about online dating and meeting people. So, okay, now this may be my own thing. So, and we're all moms. We've all had kids. We've all birthed them and had them. I know personally, Christy's gonna leave the room now. So
I know where she's going to this.
So okay, I'm going to sex life.
I know
so
where she's going.
So here's the thing. I've been with Jonas for 23 years. And so he's seen me since 30 years old and pre-pregnancies and pregnant and post-pregnancy. So he's used to me, he loves me, he knows me. I'm still self-conscious of what children have wreaked havoc on my body. I can't imagine having to get naked with somebody again for the first time. I would die. I would literally, it's like I'm already lights off kind of gal. Silence. I can hear crickets. So what's that like?
Hot and fun.
Is it? Okay,
Hot and
well,
fun.
I'll get there.
The first time is scary for anyone with it, after being married for so long.
I think they're absolutely taking power of their own sexuality and they're owning it and they're unapologetic about it. And I think it is like time. I think it's great.
What is it like to date after you've been divorced and have a kid living in your house?
Well, my son and I had a long conversation and he said, I'm not comfortable with you bringing men home, and we've been together for years, just the two of us, and I respect that. I said, but you want me to be happy, right? And he said,
good question.
And I because you're gone, you're a teenager now, so I just get little bits and pieces of you, so I'm just supposed to sit around and wait for you, and to come home. And he said, no, I want you to be happy. I just am not going to be comfortable with a lot of men. And I said, well, I'm not going to do that to you. So it would be somebody special.
What about you?
So my two daughters were in college when I first got separated, and they were super opinionated, very opinionated about me not dating. They did not want me to date anyone, and it had nothing to do with them. It had to do with, I was married. I met my first husband when I was 20, and I was married up until 3 years ago. And so they're like, Mom, you have been married your entire life. We want you to be completely happy and independent on your own. And you can't date until you are so healed, and independently happy. Then date.
What great advice from your daughters.
They felt deeply passionate about it. And
Right, because you have to sort of love yourself and be comfortable with yourself. It's not that they didn't want you to date, they didn't want you to date right away.
not for a long time. Like they're like, you have been married your whole entire life. This is the first period of time you're not married. Like, make sure you are completely happy on your own. Only then is somebody worthy of you.
Well, not only that, I think that be happy on your own. It doesn't matter if you're single. It doesn't matter if you're in a relationship. Being happy on your own is so important. If you have been married for most of your adult life and raising kids, I'm sure there's a little bit of an identity crisis too when you get divorced of, okay, who am I standing on my own 2 feet? No, she says.
No, there definitely was for me.
Looking
I'm
for it.
so happy to answer that one first.
Yes, please.
One, I'm not looking for anyone. So if it happens, it happens. But otherwise, I have tons of great guy friends that I've dated that didn't work out, but now they've become really good guy friends. Or
Be friends with benefits. Like guy friends that I dated. I'm like, that's friends with benefits, right?
that we can ski together or whatever. But yeah, I don't see any reason to get married again. But would I love one day if the right person came along to find the right life partner? That would be amazing. But if that doesn't happen, I honestly believe I will be just fine. Honestly believe. If you would have asked me that 2 years ago, I wouldn't have had that answer. So time heals.
Time heals.
That's good. No, I think there are so many things that I still want to go and do. I don't know about marriage. It would probably be the other person really wanting it and they'd have to convince me. But now that I'm not going to have more children, I don't know about that. But there's so many things that I missed out on in the last 22 years, but that I still want to go and do. So I would like to find somebody that wants to travel and do all the fun things. But in the meantime, I'm fine.
Okay, so let's say there's somebody out there who is either thinking of getting divorced or recently divorced or just single. By the way, you don't have to be divorced to be single. There's lots of people that have never gotten married. What advice would you give them on their sort of journey of dating and companionship?
Put yourself first, which I didn't do before because I always put my husband first or my kids, my career. And so I traveled to so many places that I had never traveled before. So, you know, I'm a Tracy Anderson exercise junkie. I love her. And I followed her for 20 years. And the first thing I did is I went to her boot camp that one summer. And
you've met amazing people through that.
amazing friends, and it completely changed my life. Also, number 2 is get with your doctor and have a really good talk on safe sex. I needed that.
Really?
A re-education. A re-education.
Oh, wait a second. Oh my God, like STDs. Holy shit. Oh my God, right. Oh, there's that.
I love my gynecologist, and she, like, of course, knew me for a very long time, and she's like, we need to have a conversation. And she rescheduled me, and she's like, come into my office. I'm very lucky. I hope everyone that's watching this has an opportunity to find somebody with this. But she's like, we need to talk. You're like a 16-year-old girl, and I have to re-educate you on everything again.
You're out there and again in the world, like for the first time in a million years.
In like 30 years. And so she was like,
What a great doctor.
she completely educated me, and then she role played with me. She's like,
Wait a second.
She's
Wait, I take that back.
Okay, well, you've had too much wine.
Okay, no, I have not had enough.
I'm just kidding.
No,
she role played with me on how to have a safe sex conversation with somebody that I might be with.
Okay, so let's role play. Go. So, hey baby. What's up? Welcome back to my place.
I'm so not doing this, but
Okay, no.
I,
It's like, I'm not role playing with you.
no, but I was so uncomfortable the first time, and I will tell you now, I'm so super comfortable.
What do you say?
I just say that this is really important to me. We got to have this conversation. Hey, I want to just kind of show you this letter. I want to show you this letter I have. Like, I'm not just going to tell you I'm safe. Like, I'm going to show you this letter. And I have it on my phone. And it's dated. And it.
Okay, first of all, I can't see shit.
Oh, yeah.
Wait,
But-
the result of your, wait.
No, but it just says.
Read it.
The results of your screening with the date have been reviewed by Dr. Polykov, and your STDs were all reported negative, and you pose no risk for giving a man an STD. And then it's signed by the doctor.
You show that to them?
Yes, I do. I literally show this to them, and I'm like, so do you have a letter?
Oh my God. Of course they don't. By the way, this is the best tip ever.
They don't have a letter. And I was like, well, then we really need to have a conversation.
Guess I need to get tested. I need a letter.
Christy, go get a letter. Oh my God.
I'll show you my letter.
Can you just send it to me? And I'll crop out your name.
Put her name.
I got a letter.
Insert name.
I think we need a little more wine.
Sure.
Yeah, okay.
Always need a little more wine.
Yes, we need a little more wine.